The first point of education that we will review is straight line pathway plays. The highlighted offensive player, Jake LaRavia, establishes a straight line path toward the basket, and the defensive player, Jabari Smith Jr., moves into LaRavia's path, and he makes contact that is more than marginal. This illegal contact by Smith moves LaRavia off his path, and the defensive foul was correctly called by the lead official. Similar to the previous play, again we will see the offensive player establish a straight line path toward the basket, and the defensive player will make contact that moves him off that path. The offensive player here, DeMar DeRozan, drives to the basket, and he is rerouted off his path by the illegal contact initiated by the defender, Cody Williams. A defensive foul call was needed on this play. Now, let's look at an example where the offensive player is not taken off his path. The defensive player here, Aaron Nesmith, maintains his legal defensive positioning, and he does not create any contact that would move the offensive player, Tyrese Maxey, off his path. We know that contact alone does not constitute a defensive foul, and while there is marginal contact on this play, there is no defensive foul, and this play was correctly ruled a no call and a play-on situation. The final play in this section is an example of an offensive player veering off his path and moving into the body of the legal defender. The offensive player, Colin Sexton, drives toward the paint, but he then moves abruptly to his right, initiating illegal contact with the defensive player, De'Aaron Fox. This contact by Sexton is more than marginal, as it clearly affects Fox's ability to defend the play. This was correctly ruled an offensive foul by the trail official. The next point of education to review is verticality. Here, we will see an example of a defender maintaining verticality while making a legal defensive play. The highlighted defender, Neemias Queta, establishes legal guarding position prior to the offensive player, Tre Mann, starting his upward shooting motion. Queta maintains that legal defensive position as he jumps straight up to contest the field goal attempt. As Queta is in a legal defensive position and the marginal contact on the play was initiated by Mann, this play was correctly ruled a no call and a play-on situation. Our next example of verticality will show how the body position of the defensive player can shift after contact occurs, but the defender would still be considered legal. Here, the highlighted defensive player, Dean Wade, establishes legal guarding position, and he then jumps straight up to contest the shot attempt by the offensive player, Grady Dick. We can see that the ensuing contact, initiated by Dick, causes Wade's body to turn. As this turn by the defender occurred after contact and not before, this should have been ruled a no call instead of the defensive foul that was called. Now, let's look at an example where the defensive player does not maintain legal verticality. The highlighted defender on this play, Andre Drummond, starts in a legal position, but he does not maintain that position throughout the play. While Drummond does get to the spot in the path of the offensive player, Cade Cunningham, prior to the start of his upward shooting motion, Drummond does not jump vertically, and instead he turns his body and he makes more than marginal contact with Cunningham. Because the defender turned his body prior to contact and he did not maintain his verticality, this was correctly ruled a defensive foul by the lead official.